Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And we are going to begin with some late-breaking news this hour. SAPD investigating a deadly shooting on the city's west side this morning. We've got details in a live report coming up.
And authorities say a Southern California couple has been arrested for a road rage shooting that killed a 6-year-old boy.
And outside with live cam, more humidity today and some mist this morning. So be careful if you're getting up and get down on the roads. Mike's got your forecast just a second.
Good morning. It's June 8th. Thank you.
And it's Tuesday.
And it's Tuesday. What would I do without you, David?
Oh, I don't know. You wouldn't know it was June 8th and Tuesday.
I wouldn't know where I was. Well, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
We'll figure it all out. That's why we're here for 2.5 hours to figure it all out.
Mist?
Huh?
Did you get mist?
I did.
Work this morning? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see anything?
No.
I didn't see anything. There's a little bit showing up on radar, actually, so it's kind of heavy mist out there. So, and it's like yesterday was basically, well, we don't have the showers around like yesterday, and then like every other day is going to be. Before I get to that, first of all, just to take note there, this is over by the airport, and that's the exit ramp that either takes you to the airport or the interchange with 281, and it looks like there's something going on there. One lane is blocked off just on the ramp on westbound 410. Stephen Cavazos is going to give us the latest on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Otherwise, visibility out there is pretty good. Now, as far as any sort of fog, there's a little bit more up around Kerrville, 3 miles visibility, 6 Hondo, 5 there at Bernie Stage, and then down along the coast, it's not too bad. So just hints of this all around the area this morning, and maybe just a little bit of mist thrown in as well, like David was talking about. You may see some, may not, but the roads are going to be on the damp side. And temperatures right now, it is warmer than what it was at this time yesterday, and it feels even hotter. Yesterday at this time, the heat index was about 81. Now it's 83. 87 is what it still feels like right now at Castroville. That's just, it's 4:32 in the morning right now, and it feels like that. Mold is still very, very high, although it did come down from the previous day's reading. And throughout the day, 92, a lot of clouds hanging around this morning, more sunshine later on today, maybe a bit of a breeze at times. And 92, that's about where it should be. What you'd expect. However, add about 10 to that, and that's what it will feel like later on today. Any changes down the road? Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Sarah, David?
All right, Mike, thank you very much. A man is dead after a shooting at a gas station on the northwest side. San Antonio police investigating at the Bolero gas station. It's at the corner of Timber Hill Drive and 471.
Our Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the scene. Tiffany, what's the latest?
Good morning, David and Sarah. San Antonio police say a man was sitting in his car when shots were fired, but it's a very active scene right now. Take a look as tow trucks are taking 2 vehicles from this gas station. SAPD says this happened around 2 this morning. A man was sitting in a vehicle that was parked next to a family member when shots were fired, possibly coming from the street. SAPD says a man in his 20s was shot in the stomach and in the leg. He was transported to University Hospital where he later died. The victim's name has not been released, and it's unclear who fired the shots, but police continue investigating. Reporting from the northwest side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Tiffany. The boyfriend and girlfriend arrested in the road rage killing of a 6-year-old boy in California due in court today.
And ABC's Andrew Dimbert says authorities are revealing new details about how police were able to track down the couple.
This morning, a memorial site for Aiden Leos is growing as more people place flowers and teddy bears on a freeway overpass in Orange, California, where police say the 6-year-old was killed in a road rage shooting.
This is a very quiet community, so we would never think that would happen.
Aiden's mom was taking him to kindergarten when she says a car tried to cut her off. A passenger in the other car allegedly fired a gun, the bullet then traveling through the trunk, hitting Aiden in the back seat. Murder charges are expected to be announced today against 24-year-old Marcus Anthony Ariz and 23-year-old Win Lee, both arrested after a 2-week manhunt.
There are few words to describe the feeling produced by the despicable actions of that day.
Authorities say they've recovered the gun that killed Aiden, and they believe Ariz fired the weapon. And this morning, new details on what is likely another key piece of evidence, the suspect's car. The 2018 Volkswagen Golf is reportedly registered to Lee's parents. District Attorney Todd Spitzer says the car was captured on multiple highway cameras on the day of the shooting. And the make and model of the vehicle, along with public interest in the case, helped police make the arrest.
this particular Gulf VW is somewhat rare here, and there was about 140 of those specific vehicles registered in the greater Southern California area. So we had a finite universe, but we didn't have a good plate.
According to Spitzer, the $500,000 reward could be given out if there's a conviction in the case.
That money will be divided into any number of ways to the individuals responsible that led us to the arrest and conviction of these individuals.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
The Biden administration continuing with the Justice Department's defense of former President Donald Trump in a defamation lawsuit. The DOJ filed a legal brief Monday seeking to have the federal government represent Trump in the case against columnist E. Jean Carroll. Carroll has accused President Trump of raping her in a dressing room back in the 1990s and then defaming her in his response to her claim. The DOJ argues that the Trump cannot personally be held liable for any remarks made to the press about Carroll while president. That would effectively dismiss the case since the government can't be sued for defamation.
And new video shows a tornado ripping through parts of Colorado Monday afternoon. Just take a look at your screen. It was spotted about 30 miles north of Denver. The tornado appeared to track roughly 14 miles across Weld County toward Pallettville. Several power lines were knocked down. Authorities have had reports of property damage. No word on any injuries. The National Weather Service will be conducting a damage survey today to determine the damage and intensity of that tornado.
And winds fueling a fast-moving fire near the town of Superior in eastern Arizona. So far, the Telegraph fire has scorched nearly 57,000 acres in and near Tonto National Forest. The wildfire is 0% contained. It's threatening both communities and businesses. Residents in the area have been asked to evacuate. Roads have been closed. No estimated time to reopen those roads. Officials say the cause of the fire is human, but it is under investigation. No deaths or injuries have been reported yet.
Well, here at home, after several weeks, negotiations over a new contract between the city and San Antonio's police union are starting back up again. The Evergreen Clause says the current contract can remain in place for another 8 years. And since Prop B failed, it also means collective bargaining will continue. The biggest issue for both sides is how much power an arbitrator has to overturn an officer's firing. The city says the current system does not work, but the union believes the city wants to go too far in limiting the power. Both sides are expected to meet again on the 17th.
437 and 79 degrees.
Still ahead, a warning for grillers. Why you want to pay extra attention to your wired grill brushes while you barbecue your next meal.
And the Smithson Valley Rangers are headed to the state baseball tournament for the first time since 2005. We got a preview of their big game coming up.
Take a look outside with live cam. Excuse me. I think it's all that mold in the air.
Something's
going on. 79 degrees out there. Mike says it's going to be another muggy, pretty hot day. He'll let you know when we come back.
The Smithson Valley Rangers are headed to the state baseball tournament for the first time since 2005. That's after they eliminated Los Fresnos in a one-game winner-take-all Region 4 championship that had to be played over 2 days due to weather at Cannabis Complex. Now, after Los Fresnos was able to tie the game at 2-2 in the 6th inning on Thursday, the Rangers got the lead back, and on the 7th on Friday, thanks to, remember we talked about how they had to divide this into 2 days. It was a nice team effort. The Rangers won. Will face Rockwall Heath. They are 36-11 and won in the Class 6A state finals. Batter up between Smithson Valley and Rockwall Heath is set for Friday at 7 o'clock at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock. Hey, San Antonio Missions are back to an even record following a victory against Springfield this weekend. Tonight, the team will host the Midland Rockhounds at Wolves Stadium. The new series runs through Sunday. And a reminder for you, the Missions will have 3 jersey giveaway nights this season. The first one is Friday night. The first 2,000 fans will get the free jersey. There's going to be post-game fireworks on Saturday night. So it's like big-time AA baseball back in San Antonio. You got to love the jersey giveaways and all the fun with the fireworks.
Oh, missed that.
Oh, definitely so. Glad to see it back.
All right, it's 4:42 and 79 degrees outside.
Do you eat food off the grill? We have a warning for you if you do, and some alternative ways to keep your grill clean and safe for cooking coming up next.
Also next, a first look at a case where a Texas mother is facing multiple charges after admitting to posing as her 13-year-old daughter at her middle school. Welcome back. A Texas mother is under arrest this morning for posing as her daughter at school for an entire day of classes. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details in today's GMA First Look.
Do I look like a seventh grader? No? Cool. Awesome.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a parent pretending to be a student.
Okay, and then
This El Paso mother is facing multiple charges after admitting to posing as her 13-year-old daughter at her middle school. According to the complaint affidavit, 30-year-old Casey Garcia checked into the school using her child's ID number and was seen in these videos posted to social media inside the building. The mom managing to greet the principal.
hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, and yourself?
And even eat lunch maskless in the cafeteria among 7th graders.
I've been here all day, face to face with teachers.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll tell you why she says she did it and how the school district is responding. GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New
I
York.
told them that I would go to the...
We have a warning for you this morning. If you fire up the grill for summer barbecues or even eat out, a Cibolo woman had to have emergency surgery last month after she swallowed a metal wire from a grill brush.
And as she tells 12 on Your Side's Marilyn Moritz, it was a painful experience from a hidden danger.
A sizzling supper hot off the grill.
Never knew.
But when Judy Heichman ordered a steak at a restaurant, she got something not on the menu.
I woke up in the morning in excruciating pain, barely able to move. My abdomen swelled up huge.
A visit to her doctor and a CAT scan revealed something strange.
They saw a wire sticking out of my colon.
This wire.
Oh, wow.
A little more than an inch long.
When he told me this, I was just stunned. He said, you somehow ingested a wire. And I was like, a wire? How could I ingest a wire?
The culprit, a wire bristle brush used to clean grills. The CDC warns bristles can come loose, stick to the grill, and get stuck, hidden on the food. An estimated 1,700 Americans went to the ER between 2002 and 2014, according to a medical journal. It's not common, but can be serious, getting stuck in the mouth or throat, or
they may lodge into the wall of the stomach or the intestine, or possibly even go through the wall. And that could lead to abscess and other problems that require surgical intervention.
As Judy did a couple weeks ago when this wire punctured her colon.
I'm now starting to feel back pretty much to myself.
There are safer alternatives. You could use a coiled grill brush, or you could use crumpled up foil, or even a half an onion to wipe down your grates. If you're going to use a metal bristle brush, inspect often and replace when worn. Judy quit using one years ago and wants restaurants to ban them. Now she's warning others of a hidden danger that could be on their plate.
Never knew. It was in with the steak, and there was no way of ever knowing that I was swallowing a wire.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Clean your grill with a half an onion?
Probably make your food taste good.
I
don't know.
Or your eyes water, but as long as your grill's clean.
Cleaning it, you're like crying.
I never knew that about the onion. Interesting.
Very good.
Okay. Yesterday, we did get some sunshine finally in the afternoon, and nothing happened with the humidity. It was hot if you were one of the ones that went out and cut your grass yesterday. So, boy, oh boy, it was hot out there. And as you can see, we had still some clouds kind of left over. A lot of clouds hanging around here this morning. And once again, over there, the ramp 410 westbound to 281. There's something going on right there, some flashing lights, so just to watch that. Okay, the system that gave us some of the rain yesterday. Now, there is a little bit of mist out there right now. Dave ran into some coming into work. I didn't see any, so it's very spotty, but the roads may be damp in places. But that upper low, which, well, gave us the rain last week and over the weekend, and then some of it yesterday, that's now moved on out of here to the north. But we now just have the humidity in place, and so that's helping out with some of that mist out there, maybe a little bit of reduced visibility, and very, very hot temperatures. So yesterday we had heat index readings that were well up into the hundreds, and that's going to be the situation again today. There are no advisories posted. Yeah, yesterday the Weather Service indicated that it's going to continue to kind of assess the situation, may issue advisories. They did put out a statement talking about obviously elevated heat stress. So if you are outside cutting the grass in the afternoon, something like that, just take it easy. Lots of water, lots of shade as much as possible. But these heat index readings are going to be well up into the hundreds. And again, you get above 105, that's where your body doesn't cool itself very efficiently. So it can be dangerous to be outside in a situation like this. And really, there's nothing that's going to be changing because these dew points measure moisture in the atmosphere, and this is how you factor relative humidity and everything, are going to be staying well up there into the 70s all the way through the weekend and even into the first part of next week. So we will continue to have heat index readings very, very high. Here's what's going on. Upper level winds. There's that low that gets on out of here. The high's building in now, and that is just what you would expect in summer, to see that thing kind of hanging around here. So that's going to keep us on the hot side. We'll have lots of clouds in the morning. It's that same everyday pattern, the 24-hour cycle. Clouds in the morning, more sunshine in the afternoon, a little bit of a drop in the humidity in the afternoon. Not much, just very slightly in this situation. That's going to be the case going on into the weekend. And then as we go into the latter part of the weekend and the first part of next week, we're going to see not really anything developing out here, but just watch how these lines get a little bit kind of going all over the place. There's little disturbances that are going to be coming on in here. That's the best way to describe it right now, that we're going to be seeing maybe a couple of showers, thunderstorm around Monday, and perhaps then into Tuesday of next week. So the forecast today, a lot like yesterday. 84 at noon, partly sunny skies, so we'll still have a lot of the leftover morning clouds kind of stubborn out there, and then more sunshine later on today. Heat index readings well up into the hundreds, 92 for high temperature. Again, on paper, everything looks fine, but it's when you step outside that you know that paper is going to get damp, that you write down the numbers on when you step outside because of that humidity. And yeah, it's just going to be scorching out there. Maybe a couple of showers or thunderstorm late Sunday, perhaps Monday. By the way, Monday, Flag Day, 14th, so very good. Fly the stars and stripes proudly.
Well, basically, it feels like June.
Yeah.
Summer's here.
Good way to put it.
Yeah.
It is 4:51, 79 degrees.
Well, up next, why one of the actors in Marvel's newest series on Disney Plus needed some help on set, plus the boss planning his Broadway return.
And as we go to break, some lottery numbers for you. There's pick 3, 881. Fireball is 6, and your daily 4 is 3018. Fireball is 5.
Cash 5, 7, 17, 18, 28, 34. Texas two-step 21, 31, 32, 35. Bonus ball 35. And I understand we have a monthly test coming up in just a bit.
Hardy, were you giving me a time cue or trying to tell me something else?
Welcome back. It is 4:56. One of the actors in Marvel's newest series needed a refresher course. Plus, the boss is going back to Broadway.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times. Why never do it again?
Actor Owen Wilson had to go to Marvel school for the new Disney Plus series Loki. Tom Hiddleston plays the trickster god from the Thor and Avengers movies, and Wilson says his co-star gave him a crash course on the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I definitely needed the Marvel tutorial, and I got it. Tom Hiddleston was very generous and kind of spending a few days with me, just kind of explaining the whole mythology and lore.
Loki hits Disney Plus tomorrow.
Bruce, right here.
The Boss planning his Broadway return. Bruce Springsteen's Springsteen on Broadway will be back on the stage June 26th for a limited run. This wasn't a show that was shut down because of COVID. It debuted in 2017, and Springsteen stopped it over a year later. He says he loved doing it, and he's thrilled to be a part of reopening Broadway. Fast and Furious 9 saying bonjour to the Cannes Film Festival. The action flick will be the mystery blockbuster the festival's been teasing, that according to Variety. Fast 9 has already made over $250 million overseas. It opens in the U.S. June 25th. And happy birthday, Kanye West. The music and fashion mogul is 44 today, while actress Juliana Margulies is 55. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
It's 4:57 and 79 degrees.
Still coming up on GMSA, the latest on the cyber attack crackdown, what the Justice Department is doing to recover millions of dollars in digital currency paid to hackers.
Ahead on GMSA at 6 a.m., many skip preventative cancer screenings during lockdown, especially women. What experts say the long-term effects could be.
And here's a look at the roads. Stephen Cavazos is going to be here for the next couple of hours, filling you in on what to expect this morning. A little misty in some areas, so you might want to be careful, but we'll have details for you coming up in just a few minutes. You watch.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A man is dead following a shooting at a gas station in the Northwest Side. Coming up, what we know so far about the victim.
The Justice Department seizes millions of dollars from hackers who attacked Colonial Pipeline. I'm Mike Ajachi reporting in Washington. Coming up, what cybersecurity experts say about future attacks.
79 degrees at 5:01 this morning. It is muggy out there. Mike will let us know what our day and what our week looks like in just a bit.
And good morning. It is Tuesday, June 8th.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's definitely a hairspray day, Mike, or if, ponytail day. David knows about those ponytail days.
Okay, but if it's that humid, wouldn't the hairspray get sticky, sir?
Well, it kind of helps, but then also it melts, so you can't really win.
Yeah, so ponytail.
Yeah, just ponytail.
Okay, baseball cap.
Yeah, there you go. Even better.
Okay. Hey, 79 degrees. Yeah, if we stay at 79, we're going to be really close to a record high minimum temperature. Yesterday, we were at 77, just 2 away from the record for the highest it has stayed in the overnight hours. And look at that bottom number, that dew point's at 75, which means it's humid. And we'll make it up into the low 90s later on today. Then factor in that humidity, so you can basically add about 10 to 15 degrees to some of these high temperatures, and that's what it will feel like later on today. The aquifer went up 1/10 of a foot, and the allergens still got a lot of mold out there, although it has come down from the previous couple of days, low amounts of grass and pigweed. So we've got lots of humidity and also maybe a couple little specks of mist out there. And actually in the past hour or so out in the hill country, there were just a few little specks that were heavy enough to be picked up on radar. This is all clutter right there around the radar site. That's sort of fizzling out. But again, and David said he saw a little mist coming into work this morning. So just to kind of be on the lookout for that, maybe some damp roads as well. Also, slight bit of reduced visibility out there, down to 4 miles, Castroville, 5, Kerrville, New Braunfels. It's not anything too awfully thick, but just kind of watch out for some of that. And right now, it feels like 83 in town. It feels like 87 degrees. Feels like that when you step outside in Pleasanton right now. So warm, humid, a sprinkle, little mist here and there. Mostly sunny. Heat index readings again are well up into the hundreds later on today. Rest of the week, clouds in the morning, sun in the afternoon, and it's going to be getting hotter. So we'll add just a couple of degrees, getting up into the mid 90s, and humidity is not going anywhere. The weekend still very hot. Maybe a little shower or two late Sunday and into Monday. Not a really great rain chance, but still it's going to be feeling like June. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos. Good morning, sir. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, Mike. Well, pretty quiet morning here in the Alamo City. Keeping a close eye on our roads right now. Nothing too major to report, so let's go ahead and get right to it, though. We do have some congestion that's happening right over here off I-10 westbound in Dietrich. You can see that this is a little bit of a slowdown here if you're coming in from 410 getting into I-10 410 going west. Traffic slowing down there to about 30 miles per hour. And then over here, if you're coming in down from 410, getting into I-10 west, that is, this is over here east, my bad. We have 70 miles per hour right now, but traffic again slowing down in those areas. So just be cautious because we are seeing a little bit of a slowdown in that area, but that's nothing too out of the ordinary as we get this morning started. Not a lot of people on the road right now, but this is something that does happen when we start seeing the morning do pick up. Let's go ahead and take a look at our inbound times right now. We have 26 minutes coming in from Bulverde from 281 to downtown San Antonio. If you're coming in from I-10 from Bernie, we have 24 minutes, and from Castroville on Highway 90, we're looking at a 19-minute commute time. Other than that, TransGuide does show we have a pretty smooth start on our roadways right now. 35 at Burbank, looking a little grainy there, but 410 at Jackson Keller, things very smooth as people get out on the roads. We're going to be keeping a close eye on things and see how the morning develops. David, Sarah?
Thank you, Stephen. San Antonio police investigating a shooting that left one man dead on the northwest side.
That's right. Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the scene. Now, Tiffany, do we know where the man was when he was shot?
Sarah, we do. SAPD says he was in his car when he was shot, and also he was taken to the hospital where he later died. But take a look at this video from earlier this morning. This happened at the Valero gas station at the corner of Timber Hill Drive and Grissom. Police say around 2 this morning, the man was sitting in a vehicle parked next to a family member when shots were fired. SAPD says the shots possibly came from the street. The man was in his 20s and was taken to University Hospital where he later died. There is no information at this time on who fired the shots. Now, the scene is clear right now, but the investigation continues. Reporting from the northwest side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Tiffany. This morning, the Justice Department announcing they have recovered $2.3 million in ransom paid by the Colonial Pipeline to that cyber criminal gang based in Russia.
ABC's Ika Jachi is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, the Justice Department signaling a breakthrough in the ongoing battle against cyber attacks.
Today, we turned the tables on DarkSide.
A new task force scoring a rare win against ransomware hackers.
We deprived a cyber criminal enterprise of the object of their activity, their financial proceeds and funding.
On Monday, the Justice Department said it seized 63.7 bitcoins, which is the equivalent to $2.3 million, more than half the ransom payment.
This is a first, as far as I know. How they did it.
The hack against Colonial Pipeline, which supplies 45% of all fuel to the East Coast, caused long lines and panic buying at gas stations with prices soaring. These attacks have been on the rise. The nation's largest meat supplier, the target of a massive ransomware attack last week. The Massachusetts ferry to Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard also targeted. Earlier this year, New York's transit agency infiltrated by China. The Biden administration is now warning businesses to protect themselves, saying no company is safe. The Biden administration is emphasizing once a cyber attack happens, immediate communications with federal authorities is crucial. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
Well, here at home, the Texas Department of State Health Services shows Bexar County has a little more than 55% of people with one dose of the vaccine. A little over 45% are fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, 54% of the Texas population has one dose of the vaccine. The goal is to get to 70% by the July 4th holiday. And there's still several ways to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The clinic at Wonderland of America's Mall is open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. The Alamo Dome is open Wednesday through Friday from noon to 8 p.m. There are also several pop-up clinics scheduled for today. The first will begin at 10 a.m. this morning at the First Church of Nazarene on West Avenue. Another clinic is scheduled at the Collins Garden Library at noon. Clinics at West Avenue Apartments and the Martinez Street Women's Center are also scheduled for today. You can also take a look at the dates and times right now on KSAT.com.
508, 79 degrees.
Well, still ahead, we'll show you how Apple's newly unveiled software will give you new features for FaceTime, photos, notifications, and more.
And also coming up next, why representatives of the company who made a recalled infant sleeper product are defending it even after children lost their lives while using it.
Take a look outside with Live Cam. It's muggy out there. It's hot. Mike says it's going to be like that for the next day or two. He'll explain when we come back.
Welcome back. 12 minutes after 5 o'clock. We turn now to allegations that a major company ignored repeated safety warnings about a product linked to more than 50 infant deaths.
Fisher-Price is in the spotlight after investigation in the company's rock-and-play sleepers. Here's ABC's Megan Tavrizian.
This morning, Mattel and its subsidiary Fisher-Price are under fire after a popular infant sleeper was tied to more than 90 deaths worldwide. On Monday, congressional lawmakers grilled executives at the toy manufacturer over why it took over a decade to recall a product that was known to cause dozens of infant deaths.
Mattel and its subsidiary Fisher-Price walked away with more than $200 million.
The sleeper with a padded seat was the first of its kind to allow infants to sleep at an incline. Mattel selling nearly 5 million of them. But critics say the rock and play did not follow safety guidelines, which call for babies to sleep on their backs on hard surfaces.
Our investigation shows that Mattel did not consult with a single pediatrician or conduct a single scientific study to find out if it was safe for babies to sleep at an angle.
On Monday, Mattel's CEO offering condolences to parents who lost their children while defending the product, saying it was safe when used in accordance with its instructions and safety warnings. Fisher-Price took the rock and play off the market in 2019 after dozens of infants suffered accidental suffocation. Fisher-Price just last week recalled 2 other similar products, the 2-in-1 Soothe and Play Glider and the 4-in-1 Rock and Glide Soother. Megan Tavrizian, ABC News, San Diego.
It is 5:14 and 79 degrees.
Still coming up this after hour, more details about Apple's new watch, the OS 8. It comes with a bunch of new health features.
With SimpliSafe's Video Doorbell Pro, you'll know if the person at your door is friend or foe, or just a late-night cheese pizza with extra meatballs. With my smart lock, I can let him in. Entrez-vous. And I can lock up from right here. Same time tomorrow. So take it from an expert. Get SimpliSafe and protect home like a pro.
Visit simplisafe.com for a limited time offer.
For asthma, there's Primatene Mist. When symptoms strike, your airways narrow and there's less breathing room. Primatene Mist is clinically shown to open airways quickly. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler and breathe easy again.
My cholesterol is borderline. I figure I can worry about it or do something about it. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free with guaranteed potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic.
In today's Tech Bites, the latest new features for your Apple product. The company unveiled iOS 15, featuring updates to FaceTime, photos, and notifications. Apple also redesigned its weather map. You'll also be able to scan your driver's license into the Wallet app for ID, and it will also support hotel room keys. Apple also announced Watch OS 8, its new software for the Apple Watch. Now, the Watch has a new mindfulness app, which features inspirational quotes and phrases. A public beta version of it is expected next month, with a full release in the fall. The tech giant is also making it easier to hear you with AirPods. A conversation boost feature will help isolate other people's voices. Apple is also making the pods easier to find when they're not in your ears, adding alerts and a chirping feature. If only they would make it easier to find my keys. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
We just heard Stephen Cavazos say rare.
Rare.
And I don't think that's the way he takes his steak. I think that's the way he's talking about the traffic. Maybe, I don't know. Do you
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Medium rare, David.
Okay.
That's the way to go. Medium rare. And I'll let you all know that I am, the best chef you will ever meet. I love making steak.
And your red wine.
And your
red wine.
Sarah Cosa, my sister in wine over there. Steak.
Prove it.
Okay, tomorrow morning I'll bring some steak and eggs.
Let's do it.
Well, okay, and I just committed myself, guys. Maybe that's not a good thing. Got to live up to the hype now.
I'll come early. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, if we were doing this today and I was coming into the station, I wouldn't have any problems coming in because the roads are looking relatively safe. Let's go ahead and take a look here at TransGuide, the view from 410 west at Cherry Ridge. You can see traffic moving nice and smoothly here this morning. No major issues to report, although we are seeing a little bit of a pickup in the drivers that are heading out the door this morning. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown still here off I-10 westbound and Dietrich. You can see there in these I-10 going west, we're seeing about about 27 miles per hour. There's a little bit of congestion also going east to about 17 miles per hour now. But if you are going to be heading to 1604 from I-10, let's see how that could impact your commute time right now. So no big issues there. 5 minutes if you're coming in from I-10 west, 1604 to 410. We're looking the same in those eastbound lanes as well here in if you're coming in again on I-10 heading into 1604. But other than that, it's been a pretty slow start this morning as we get Tuesday started. Nothing too major to report. But, you know, I'm going to have to head out the door soon and get this meal prepped for tomorrow.
What kind of steak? Ribeye?
Ribeye steak. I do a New York strip.
Ribeye. Egg and do an egg stew?
I'll take a filet.
Okay, wait. Now I got to go to, you know,
you're going to have a
request.
I've been up since 2 a.m. Yeah, it's like dinner time for me. Thank you, Stephen.
And some like,
how do you have your eggs?
Country hash browns or something like that?
Eggs always sunny side up.
Yeah.
Over medium.
Like that. Over easy?
Anyway.
Sunny side up?
Hi, back to the topic at hand.
Good luck, Stephen.
You cooked that tomorrow.
Are you writing all this down, Stephen?
Hey, beautiful picture out there, and it's always great when things are coming into bloom and you see some of the butterflies. Love that picture. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect shot. Okay, it looks okay out there at the airport right now. Obviously kind of fuzzy looking just because of all that humidity, and there may be a little bit of a sheen on the road. There is some and has been some mist around the area and some little sprinkles. David said he ran into a couple coming in this morning. This is just kind of some clutter, if you will, around the radar site, but there were actually a couple of spots where there was something heavy enough to be detected on radar. Most of it is just too light. So yeah, just a little bit of mist out there, something like that. And this is all pretty much down here at the surface with all this humidity, because upstairs in the atmosphere, this darker shade of gray on the water vapor imagery indicates some drier air. So once we get rid of these low morning clouds, we're going to have more sunshine later on today, and that's just going to help with the steamy hot factor later on. Yesterday, we did make it up to 90. 100 Laredo, 98 in Del Rio, and today add a few degrees to that. We're looking at some triple digits widespread along the Rio Grande Valley, 92 here in town, and even some mid-90s around. But then again, this does not tell the whole story because you got to factor in that humidity. So we will be looking at heat index readings, just about everybody well up into the hundreds, except up in the hill country. And again, this is where it does get dangerous. Now, haven't seen any advisories posted as of yet, but other than just statements talking about the elevated heat stress if you're outside, but you get up into these numbers here above 105, and it just can be dangerous. So really, really take it easy today and pretty much get used to those, those warnings, if you will, because it's going to stay like this the rest of the week. 84 at noon, partly sunny skies, and high temperature today up to 92. But again, add basically 10 to that, and that's what it will feel like later on today. Pretty much the same thing each and every day. Temperatures are going to creep up a couple of more notches, and with all that humidity, heat index readings will be creeping up as well, and it's going to be a hot, steamy weekend around here. We're still a little more than a week from the official start of summer, but it sure does feel like it. And of course, Monday is Flag Day, maybe a shower or two.
So we're basically going to get grilled today and then grilled steaks tomorrow come in.
I like that.
Can't wait.
On the grill.
On the grill.
I don't know.
Bring a little portable like
done.
grill or something like that.
I don't think he.
You can go right out front and cook.
I'm not a griller.
523 and 79 degrees.
Well, up next, your morning spotlight, Bruce Springsteen is returning to Broadway, plus a first look at a new movie about breaking the Weinstein case.
Harvey Weinstein back in the movies, plus a first look at a new crime thriller that will soon debut on HBO Max.
Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Kindness, optimism, civility.
And, of course, music. Bruce Springsteen's Broadway show received a special Tony Award and was adapted for a Netflix film. Now, The Boss is back. Springsteen on Broadway returns June 26th for a limited summer run. Tickets go on sale Thursday, and opening night proceeds will go to New York and New Jersey charities.
Mr. Weinstein, are you working on any movies?
Hollywood producer turned convicted felon Harvey Weinstein will be back in the movies, sort of. The film She Said will be based on the best-selling book by Megan Twohey and Jodi Kantor, the New York Times reporters who broke the story of dozens of sexual assault and harassment allegations against Weinstein. Recent Academy Award nominee Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan are attached to star as the reporters.
God called me, offering me $10,000 to turn you in. 15 for the white guy.
Think you're the only one that can make a move? I can make a move too.
Here's your first look at No Sudden Move from Oscar-winning director Steven Soderbergh. Don Cheadle, Benicio del Toro, and John Hamm lead the cast of the crime thriller, which debuts on HBO Max July 1st. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
527, 79 degrees.
Well, still ahead on GMSA, food, gas, water, hospitals, and transportation. Ransomware attacks have hit multiple major industries recently. We're taking a closer look at what's being done about it.
And the IRS will be sending out millions of refunds for taxes paid on unemployment benefits. We'll tell you how much and when you might get your funds back.
Still to come a little later on GMSA, you will want to keep it right here to catch the video that had our newsroom buzzing overnight. A massive sinkhole swallows up cars in a parking lot. You don't want to miss this story.
Everything from food to water to hospitals have been targets of recent ransomware attacks. We're going to tell you what's being done to stop them from happening again.
79 degrees at 5:30 this morning. It is humid out there. You will be sweating throughout the day. Michael will explain in just a bit.
And good morning. It is Tuesday, June 8th. Did see a little mist on the windshield on the drive to work this morning, but that was real early.
Yeah, is that going to be a problem throughout the morning or no? I think we're done with it.
Nuisance, they're a little bit out there. You know, it almost looks like there's a sheen on the road out there by 410 by the airport. So, yeah, just kind of watch out for a little bit here and there. We actually had some that was detectable, heavy enough, if you will, to be detected on radar. 79 degrees. If we hold at 79, that would tie the record for the warmest low temperature ever here in town. And there's one of the reasons why we got cloud cover and we've got that dew point of 75, and that just helps to hold those temperatures up. All that moisture really holds the heat in. Wind is out of the southeast primarily at about, say, 5-10 miles per hour. There's those few little sprinkles that were showing up. Nothing right now. This is just some clutter around the radar site. So, yeah, what's out there may be, again, some mist, a sprinkle too light to show up on radar. Visibility is a little bit of an issue. Not bad, but just kind of watch it for some thicker spots there. 4 miles at Castroville, 5 New Braunfels, Stinson, as well as in Kerrville. And the heat index right now, yep, got enough humidity out there. 79 feels like 83 degrees, 85 Stinson, and it still feels like 87 right now. That's almost hard to just believe. It feels like 87 in Pleasanton. Mold is on the high side, although it did come down from the previous couple of days. And grass and pigweed are both low. Again, throughout the day, 84 at noon. We'll have more of these stubborn clouds this morning. More sunshine later on today. That's just going to help out with the steamy factor around here, and then partly cloudy skies later on tonight. Get used to it, more of the same, and maybe add a couple of degrees here and there throughout the rest of the week. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos. What's going on, sir?
Yeah, it's a good day to head out on the roads this morning, Mike. Nothing too bad to report right now on our roadways here in San Antonio. Thankfully, things have been looking pretty slow so far. Let's go ahead and walk over and show you the view from Transcat at 410 West at Cherry Ridge, 35 at Burbank. Looking a little grainy there, but people heading out the door right now. And again, nothing too big to report on as we get this day started. So as you can see here, it looks pretty green around our city. Nothing major happening here, even on the loops. Very quiet right now. I know we had talked a little bit about, David mentioned seeing mist on his windshield coming in, a little bit of sprinkles here and there. What we're showing you now is our road weather map, and this indicates where we're seeing any wet roads or maybe ponding right now. Right now, nothing major happening. It's all pretty dry right now, thankfully, so you don't have to worry about it. If you're heading out the door in the next few moments, just buckle up and put the phone down and enjoy the drive to get to your destination safely. Let's go ahead and take a look at these inbound times here. If you're coming in from Lytle on 35, we're looking at a 16-minute commute time coming into downtown San Antonio, and if your commute is coming in from Pleasanton on 37, we got 28 minutes. And coming in from Floresville, we have a 27-minute commute time right now. Again, David, Sarah, things are pretty quiet on our roadways here this morning, but of course, we'll be keeping a watchful eye and getting you through your morning.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, Castle Hills police say a teenager led them on a high-speed chase overnight. It happened around 1 o'clock this morning, starting in the Blanco Lock Hill area and ending in Selma near I-35 in 1604. Police say the teenager was detained after leading them on the chase across the city at speeds over 100 miles per hour. A girl in the car was also detained. Police say officers found stolen items in the car along with weapons and drugs. Police say the car was also used in some robberies.
Today, the Colonial Pipeline CEO will testify before the Senate Homeland Security Committee about last month's cyber attack, but that attack is just one of many so far this year.
So what's being done about it? As CNN's Britt Connery reports, officials say preventing attacks comes down to confronting the problem from all angles.
Food, water, hospitals, education, transportation, gas. Ransom-demanding cyber hackers have been targeting the staples of American life.
It's happening all the time, even as we speak. There are thousands of attacks, and this is why the private sector and the public sector have to work together.
On the private side, the White House sent a letter to business leaders urging them to take ransomware crime seriously and ensure your corporate cyber defenses match the threat. But it won't be easy. There's the cost. Not to mention the need for company-wide coordination. Experts say the ransomware attack on the Colonial Pipeline began with a compromised password. On the public side, a push stateside and abroad. President Joe Biden signed an executive order last month requiring new software standards for the federal government, establishing a protocol for agencies and companies to share information with the government after a hack, and creating a new panel to review cybersecurity incidents. Cybersecurity will also be on the agenda when Biden heads to the UK at the end of this week for the G7 summit, and again next week when he meets with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Many of the attacks appear to be the work of criminal gangs on Russian soil. Clearly, there's no silver bullet here, and experts worry time isn't on our side.
Before long, we are worried that some people will get hurt.
Britt Conway, KSAT 12 News.
The U.S. Justice Department is looking at legislation to help curb gun violence. The U.S. Attorney General has announced two proposals. One bill would clarify restrictions on turning a pistol into a short-barreled rifle. Makeshift short-barreled rifles were used in 2 mass shootings this year. The second bill would allow family members, law enforcement, and others to petition the court to temporarily prevent a person from having access to firearms. The proposals come after another violent weekend across the nation. Officials reported 9 shootings in 5 states. Several people were killed, including 5 in Chicago.
Carnival Cruise Lines will require passengers to be fully vaccinated when sailings resume out of Galveston next month. Carnival Vista will set sail out of the port of Galveston on July 3rd. Carnival Breeze is scheduled for July 15th. All passengers have had to have their final COVID-19 vaccine dose at least 14 days before the start of their cruise. The company is looking into whether it can require proof of vaccination after the Texas governor signed legislation banning vaccination passports.
It is 5:37 and 79 degrees.
Still ahead, we'll tell you how you may be able to get an extra refund from the IRS due to some new legislation.
And coming up next, many people have become critically ill from COVID-19, but what one family did that ended up saving their loved one's life.
Take a look outside, 79 degrees at 5:37 this morning. It is muggy and humid out there. Mike will have our full forecast when we come back.
Welcome back. 20 minutes away from 6 o'clock. It's 5:40. As of late last year, there were 370 active trials for therapies to treat COVID-19, according to the FDA. For some critically ill patients, finding treatment has been trial and error.
Ursula Perry introduces us to one family that took to the internet for investigational drug options, and it ended up saving one of their loved ones' lives.
This is the best and the worst part.
Baskets of well wishes for 63-year-old Michael DiDonato and his wife Lori. Both were hospitalized for COVID on the same day. Lori got better, but Michael wound up on a ventilator, hovering near death.
There were a couple days like that where we went to bed thinking, preparing ourselves. We might get a call tonight. We have to be prepared for that.
It really was that critical.
Michael's son began searching for survivor stories and then read about a Florida doctor who recovered after treatment with an experimental drug known as Zyzombi.
I looked into it. We weren't going to just jump on the bandwagon with some kind of quack thing.
In order to get access to this therapy, the DiDonato's physician had to ask the drug company to allow for compassionate use.
This was a novel therapy that had some good data, preliminary data about its anti-inflammatory effect and a vasodilator effect where it might improve patients' oxygenation.
The company rushed Zyzombi to the hospital where doctors infused the drug for 12 hours, 3 days in a row. After the second round of the therapy, Michael began to respond.
We couldn't believe it. We were so joyful.
Sounds like it was a Hail Mary.
Michael's voice is weak. He uses a walker, but he's thankful to be here and working toward getting stronger every day.
The entire family is convinced that the drug Zyzombi did what it was supposed to do and saved Michael's life. But the doctor says they're not yet confirming that. There is a phase 3 clinical trial underway for this drug. It started in April. We should find out in a couple of months. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
It's 5:42 and 79 degrees.
What scientists say you can do to prevent Alzheimer's disease. That's stories coming up next. Good morning. Welcome back. It is 5:45. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration just approved the use of an experimental drug for early phases of Alzheimer's disease. That's despite an FDA advisory committee concluding last year that there's not enough evidence to support the effectiveness of the treatment.
Meanwhile, more than 6 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease, and that number is projected to increase to nearly 13 million by 2050.
But there are steps you can take today to lower your risk of developing this devastating brain disease.
And how old are you now?
Goodness, I don't know.
It steals memories, abilities, and personalities. Alzheimer's disease affects 1 in every 9 people aged 65 and older. In a new scientific statement published in the journal Stroke, researchers outline ways to ward off dementia. They say it's crucial to manage blood sugar, blood pressure, sleep problems, hearing difficulties, cholesterol, depression, and weight gain. That's because when these conditions are out of control, your risk for cognitive decline is greater. The experts warn that smoking is a habit to steer clear of. Smokers have up to 75% greater risk of developing dementia. Heavy alcohol use over a long period of time can also lead to brain damage. Try sticking to 1 drink a day or less. A healthy diet may also protect your brain. One recent study found a slice of bacon a day increased the risk of dementia by 44%. And try to exercise at least 150 minutes a week. Avoid social isolation and keep your mind active as much as possible.
Researchers in the study stress the importance of primary care in preventing dementia.
They are the first line of defense in preventing and postponing cognitive decline in their patients.
In your consumer headlines this morning, the IRS will be sending out millions of refunds for taxes paid on unemployment benefits. The agency is distributing upwards of 2.8 million refunds just this week. They're going to have people who have already paid taxes on 2020 unemployment compensation. The reason? There's new legislation on the books that excludes those benefits as income. The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 excludes up to $10,200 in unemployment compensation per taxpayer paid last year. Therefore, taxes paid on the benefits now count as overpayments. The agency says some 13 million taxpayers may qualify for the adjustment.
Wireless carriers are looking to get more customers locked into long-term contracts. Most are dangling some of their biggest discounts in years. The Wall Street Journal says AT&T started the push last fall with its offer of a free iPhone 12 with an eligible trade-in. Verizon and T-Mobile have since stepped up their offers as well.
All right, let's check in with traffic. Seems to be pretty smooth. What's running this morning?
Smooth is the word, David. You know, pretty quiet right now here on 35 at Evans Road, 410 at West at Cherry Ridge Road. Nothing big right now happening. Let's walk over to the wall and show you how smooth things are looking here around our community. All this green means that we don't see any major issues. We have spotted a few slowdowns, but those are quickly clearing up as the day does progress. But again, nothing big happening right now. But we'll be keeping an eye on that as the morning does pick up. Of course, we want people to keep in mind today we do expect some lane closures closures on 1604. It's going to be a single lane closure in both directions at Huron Road all the way to Morin Road. And this is starting today from 8 p.m. 8 a.m. that is, all the way till 6 p.m. And it's going to wrap up this Thursday. So that's something to keep in mind because we know 1604 is one of those major routes that our drivers like to take. And of course, just be prepared that we will have a single lane closure starting today. Let's take another look here at TransGuide 281 at Grayson, 37 at Jones Avenue. Again, pretty smooth morning as the day does pick up.
Thank you, Stephen. And Mike, I see some mushrooms behind you. I have those exact mushrooms growing all over my yard.
I didn't see anything like this in my yard, but I've seen a lot of them in the past.
It's in the areas where it puddled a lot from all that rain.
Yeah, and maybe there's some dead underneath, but kind of a cool picture though.
Looks like a forest.
It does.
And it's funny, they're only about 2 inches.
Yeah.
They're only like little ones.
Watch it with the kids and the pets around these things though. So, and these are considered a happy growth. They're fun guy.
Dad joke.
Thank you right now. So,
is that what that was?
That's
my kids are sound asleep, and all of a sudden they went, oh. Anyway, sorry about that. Couldn't resist. Hey, not bad out there by the airport right now. And again, there may be a little bit of, kind of some moisture on the road. There's been some mist. David said he saw a little bit of some mist or sprinkles coming into work this morning. All right, the aquifer, starting off the year wasn't bad. And then, of course, just about, couple of months ago, month and a half ago or something like that, it was not looking very good at all. And then we got all the rain and more rain and more rain. Not only a lot of mushrooms out there, but the aquifer gained about almost 25 feet, 24, 25 feet in the past, say, month and a half, which is fantastic news, obviously. There were the few little sprinkles. If you kind of blink, you miss it. Just a couple of them were heavy enough fuel to show up on radar. Otherwise, and this is just some clutter on the radar site there, it's a very, very light mist, if there is anything. So the roads may be damp, so don't let that kind of sneak up on you. Later on today, heat index readings are going to be well up into the hundreds most everywhere. Elevated heat stress, the Weather Service is kind of advising about that, obviously, where you're outside and if you're doing anything, yard work, going for a walk, just be very, very careful because of those high heat index readings, which your body doesn't cool itself all that easily. And so that's why it can be kind of on the dangerous side. So right now, and you can kind of see this little kind of shaded area around the area. That's all the low clouds hanging around here, that darker shade of gray. And there's not a lot of moisture upstairs in the atmosphere. So once these clouds break up, we are going to see more sunshine later on today mixed in with some of the low clouds. They will be stubborn, though. And big picture, you can see kind of that huge trough out there to the west. And then everything starts to come up here to the north. And here's what's going on. There's the big trough and there's the high pressure. That's what's kind of a usual or typical, if you will, summertime feature, and that's just going to be sitting right on top of us for the next couple of days, which means nothing is going to be changing as far as temperatures, as far as the humidity, and as far as any rain. We don't have any rain in the forecast for the next few days throughout the rest of the week, but just a whole bunch of moisture out there. So we'll be seeing maybe some more mist and drizzle in the mornings, a little sprinkle here and there, and then sunshine in the afternoon, and lots of humidity. 84 at noon, partly sunny skies, 92 high temperature, which is just about normal, but humidity is going to make it feel like the hundreds, and that will be the situation throughout the next few days and all the way into the weekend. Hot and summery. You need to find a way to keep cool and have fun.
Well, there's more water in Canyon Lake. I know that.
Yes, indeed.
Rivers are flowing.
And in all the lakes.
So there you go. There's your weekend.
Speaking of fun, SA Live is having a lot of fun.
The summer fun.
Is that you?
Special. That's me.
No.
Oh, come on, man.
That's
awesome.
me.
Look at that. Did you fall?
And that's you.
Okay, you need to watch tonight, if for no other reason, the first attempt
was that at throwing it?
Yeah, that's what scares me with Fiona. She knows how to throw an axe. But Jen's going to take us to the hill country. Look at the view out there in the hill country. And, keep cool. Head out ice skating. The coach out there who coaches and some of the summer camps ice skating out there at Northwood Ice Arena played for the Korean national team.
Really?
The guy's amazing. Wow. I went up against his 10-year-old daughter.
Okay.
She's really darn good.
Do we know how that came out?
If for no other reason, my first attempt at waterboarding, or at wakeboarding. Pardon me, wakeboarding.
But did you fall?
You'll have to see tonight.
Can't wait. All right, 5:53 and 79 degrees.
I know you were standing behind her when she was throwing that axe.
Yeah.
Man, that's like Nowhere near. Wow, that's pretty good. Pick 3, 881. Fireball is 6, and your daily 4 is 3018. Fireball is 5.
Cash 5, 7, 17, 18, 28, 34. Texas two-step 21, 31, 32, 35. That bonus ball 35.
Juneteenth, less than 2 weeks away, and KSAT is preparing to host a town hall discussing the history behind the holiday. Trinity University history professor Carrie Lattimore will join Isis Romero and for the town hall this Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We'll also want to hear from you. What questions do you have? You can submit them right now on KSAT.com. Ahead in our next hour of GMSA, a wildfire tears across eastern Arizona. What officials are doing to keep the people there safe. Plus, caught on camera in Jerusalem, what may have caused this massive sinkhole. And back here at home, San Antonio police investigating a deadly early morning shooting on the northwest side. After the break, what we're now learning about that investigation. And as we go to break, going to be a shot of TransGuide. Stephen Cavazos' latest on traffic. Mike with your latest weather forecast for the rest of the week and a warm weekend. And we'll be back with more news as well. You're watching Good Morning San Antonio. See you in a minute.
A shooting in the northwest side leaves one person dead. Coming up, the latest in the investigation.
New video shows a tornado tearing through Colorado.
And it's extra hairspray, bring a ball cap day because the humidity is here and it is high. Mike will explain in just a bit.
And good morning. It is Tuesday, June 8th.
Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. And we'll get to weather and traffic in just a moment. But first, we're monitoring some late breaking news.
A number of internet pages are currently down after an apparent cloud service outage. Some of the high traffic websites include Amazon Web Services, the New York Times, CNN, Twitch, and the UK government's homepage, just to name a few.
This is a story we're following closely. We'll keep you posted as more information becomes available.
All right, let's get over to Mike. We're talking thick humidity again today.
Like we were talking about yesterday, how do you describe it? Do you cut it with a knife? Do you lean against it? Is it a wet blanket? All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah. So, like you said, Sarah, grab a baseball cap and just, cool clothing as much as possible because it is humid out there. And we've had a few little spots of mist here and there. Nothing is showing up on radar. This is some clutter around the radar site. And there was a little bit in parts of the hill country. Now, most of it, if there's something out there, is too light to be picked up on radar. So the roads could be damp in spots. So in other words, just kind of take it easy. Don't be surprised by that if there is a little wet spot here and there on the roads. 4 miles visibility, Kerrville, same thing, New Braunfels, and it's dropped to 3 miles, Castroville. So hints of fog here and there, and then out toward the further out west in the hill country. And temperatures right now, well, the heat index is at 78 here in town, 86 in Pleasanton, 81 in Canyon Lake. Yeah, and then add at least 20 to 25 degrees to those numbers, and that's what it's going to feel like later on today. Mold is on the high side at 3750. It did come down from the previous day's reading. So heat temperatures this morning, pretty much what you see is what you get throughout the next couple of hours with the high humidity, with the low clouds. We're going to be keeping temperatures pretty steady. And then we get up into the mid 80s today at noon. High temperature on paper, that's what you'd expect this time of year. 92, but factor in the humidity and you can add basically 10 to that. And we're going to be seeing a lot of readings well up into the 105, 110 range again. So it's kind of dangerous, especially over toward the Rio Grande Valley. Any changes in sight? Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos. What's going on, sir?
Well, roads have pretty much maintained their safety this morning. 281 south at Loop 410 west. Can't really see the image here from TransGuide, but things are relatively smooth right now this morning. But we do have a crash that just reported here off Loop 410 southbound at W.W. White. This came up in our system just a few moments ago. This is not impacting traffic right now, but of course, as we know, when drivers head out on the roads and get ready to maybe get a cup of coffee or head to work, they could encounter a crash like this. We want to remind those drivers just to be sure, give these first responders plenty of room to get that scene cleared. Again, this just popped up in our system right here at Loop 410 southbound at W.W. White Road. We'll be monitoring that throughout the morning, but things have been relatively clear. And if you're going to be heading into the downtown San Antonio Antonio area. From any of these locations, let's see what we can expect. If you're coming in from Old Verde, we have 27 minutes on 281. If you're coming in from New Braunfels, big area where people love to drive here, 35, 26 minutes this morning. And here, Seguin, we're looking at 29 minutes on I-10. Again, very smooth start to this Tuesday morning. Let's go ahead and take one last look here at TransGuide. We'll be monitoring this throughout GMSA.
Thank you, Stephen. San Antonio police investigating a deadly shooting at a gas station on the northwest side. The shooting happened just after 2 this morning at the corner of Timber Hill Drive and Grissom.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the scene. Tiffany, do we know who fired those shots?
Sarah, at this time, it's unclear who fired the shots, but take a look at this video from earlier today. San Antonio police say around 2 a.m. a man was sitting in his vehicle parked next to a family member when shots were fired. Police say shots possibly came from the streets. A man in his 20s was shot in the stomach and in the leg. He was transported to University Hospital where he later died. Police spent the morning investigating and 2 tow trucks took 2 vehicles from the scene. Now the name of the victim has not been released. Stay with us on KSAT.com for the latest. Reporting from the northwest side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Tiffany. SAPD still searching for 3 minors who stole a purse from a woman in broad daylight. It happened on Saturday in the parking lot of a Sprouts Farmers Market at I-10 in Callahan. That's where the 75-year-old victim, who has not to be identified, says the teen snatched her purse and then took off. The victim is now urging others to be aware of their surroundings.
And I've never been a person who isn't aware, but I miss this. So I would say I'm going to be much more aware of my surroundings than I have been in the past. I think I might wear a crossbody purse.
San Antonio police are asking for your help in finding the suspects. If you have any information, you are urged to call the Property Crimes Unit at the number on your screen there, 210-207-7441.
Well, after several weeks of negotiations over a new contract between the city and San Antonio's police union, well, those negotiations are starting back up again. The Evergreen Clause says the current contract can remain in place for another 8 years. And since Prop B failed, it also means collective bargaining will continue. The biggest issue for both sides, how much power an arbitrator has to overturn an officer's firing. The city says the current system does not work, but the union believes the city wants to go too far in limiting the power. Both sides are expected to meet again on the 17th.
The Biden administration continuing with the Justice Department's defense of former President Donald Trump in a defamation lawsuit. The DOJ filed a legal brief Monday seeking to have the federal government represent Trump in the case against columnist E. Jean Carroll. Carroll has accused President Trump of raping her in a dressing room in the 1990s and then defaming her in his response to her claim. The DOJ argues that Trump cannot personally be held liable for any remarks he made to the press about Carroll while president. That would effectively dismiss the case since the government can't be sued for defamation. The boyfriend and girlfriend arrested in the road rage killing of a 6-year-old boy in California due in court today.
And now authorities are revealing new details about how police were able to track down the couple. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimpert with the story.
This morning, a memorial site for Aiden Leos is growing as more people place flowers and teddy bears on a freeway overpass in Orange, California, where police say the 6-year-old was killed in a road rage shooting.
This is a very quiet community, so we would never think that would happen.
Aiden's mom was taking him to kindergarten when she says a car tried to cut her off. A passenger in the other car allegedly fired a gun, the bullet then traveling through the trunk, hitting Aiden in the back seat. Murder charges are expected to be announced today against 24-year-old Marcus Anthony Ariz and 23-year-old Win Lee, both arrested after a 2-week manhunt.
There are few words to describe the feeling produced by the despicable actions of that day.
Authorities say they've recovered the gun that killed Aiden, and they believe Ariz fired the weapon. And this morning, new details on what is likely another key piece of evidence, the suspect's car. The 2018 Volkswagen Golf is reportedly registered to Lee's parents. District Attorney Todd Spitzer says the car was captured on multiple highway cameras on the day of the shooting. And the make and model of the vehicle, along with public interest in the case, helped police make the arrest.
This particular Golf VW
is somewhat rare here, and there was about 140 of those specific vehicles registered in the greater Southern California area. So we had a finite universe, but we didn't have a good plate.
According to Spitzer, the $500,000 reward could be given out if there's a conviction in the case.
That money will be divided into any number of ways to the individuals responsible that led us to the arrest and conviction of these individuals.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
New video shows a tornado ripping through parts of Colorado Monday afternoon. It was spotted about 30 miles north of Denver. The tornado appeared to track roughly 14 miles across Weld County towards Platteville. Several power lines were knocked down. No word on any injuries. The National Weather Service will be conducting a damage survey to determine the damage and intensity of the tornado.
And winds are fueling a fast-moving fire near the town of Superior in eastern Arizona. So far, the Telegraph fire has scorched nearly 57,000 acres in and near Tonto National Forest. The wildfire is 0% contained. It's threatening both communities and businesses. People who live in the area have been asked to evacuate. The roads have been closed. Officials say the cause of the fire is human-related, but is under investigation. No deaths or injuries have been reported.
6:09 and 78 degrees.
The Smithson Valley Rangers are going to state for the first time in more than 15 years. We're going to show you how they got there.
It's really feeling like summer now with all this humidity. It's really muggy out there. Mike will give us our week-long forecast when we come back.
The Smithson Valley Rangers headed to the state baseball tournament for the first time since 2005. That's after they eliminated Los Fresnos in a one-game winner-take-all Region 4 championship. It had to be played over 2 days, though, because of the weather at Cabanas Complex. After Los Fresnos was able to tie the game at 2-2 in the sixth inning on Thursday, the Rangers got the lead back in the seventh on Friday. Thanks to a nice team effort, the Rangers won and will face Rockwall Heath. They are 36-11-1 in the Class 6A state semifinals.
It's gonna be insane. I remember watching minor league games when I was little at Dale Diamond, thinking like, man, it'd be awesome if I play there. And now the dream finally came true.
This is gonna be probably the most fun that I've had all season. Being able to practice for one last week with all of my teammates and being able to go to the state tournament is what I've been dreaming of.
All right, batter up between Smithson Valley and Rockwall Heath set for Friday, 7 o'clock, Dell Diamond in Round Rock. And the San Antonio Missions are back to an even record following a victory against Springfield this weekend. Tonight, the team will host the Midland Rockhounds at Wolf Stadium. The new series runs through Sunday. And a reminder for you, the Missions will have 3 jersey giveaway nights this season. Their first one is Friday night. The first 2,000 fans are going to get that free jersey. There will also be post-game fireworks on Saturday nights. And how about this? Former Spur, you remember this guy? Former Spur assistant coach Tom Thibodeau. Yes, he was a former Spur assistant before the head coach. He has been named the NBA's Coach of the Year. He just edged out former Spur Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns for the Red Auerbach Trophy in the narrowest margin since the current voting format began in 2003. This is the second time Tom has won the Coach of the Year honors. He managed to lead the Knicks to their first playoff appearance since 2013. Yes, an assistant coach for the Spurs way back when.
You've had a good record of assistant coaches doing
a
good
lot
things.
of guys have come through here on their way to bigger and better things. So congratulations to him. Good stuff.
Stephen Cavazos, what's happening out there?
Very calm for this Tuesday morning, David and Sarah. This is a view from 35 at Evans. People getting their days started, but thankfully they have nothing that's really going to stop them from getting to where they need to be. Let's go ahead and take a closer look here at 35s in Evans and walk over to the wall, show you how traffic is picking up nice and smoothly. Of course, as the morning does continue to pick up, we usually start to see more traffic. So thankfully, nothing big happening right now. Although we do have a stall that's happening right here in these eastbound lanes right at I-10 at 35, not causing any issues again this morning. But of course, if you're heading in that direction and you see that stalled vehicle and maybe somebody there helping that person out, be sure to switch over to another lane because we want to give them plenty of room there. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we can expect starting today. A little bit later this morning is Loop 1604 will have some lane closures there. It's a single lane both ways from Curran Road all the way to Morin Road. This is going to be happening again today from 8 a.m. over until 6 this evening, and it's going to last until Thursday. So do be prepared that we will see some lane closures there on Loop 1604. So let's go ahead and take one last look here at 35 in Evans. So things are looking pretty smooth as we get this Tuesday started, guys.
So you're saying on your way to school or work, you have time to stop for an iced coffee.
Yes, iced coffee. And iced water too, right?
That's David's preference, iced water.
Just water is all.
Oh,
we
that's
need.
good.
That'll get us through the day. Water and some AC, apparently.
And what snack to go with that, though?
What snack to go with water?
Or the iced coffee, or...
We missed National Donut Day last week, so...
Oh.
Isn't every day a donut day, though?
Yes.
How about one of those biscuits with sausage and eggs in it?
Oh, those always...
That's a good choice.
Those hit the
Okay,
spot.
enough with the food. Temperatures right now, it is definitely warm out there. We did dip down to 77 degrees out there at the airport. The record high minimum, the warmest it's ever stayed, is 79. So we're a couple of notches below that, but everybody is just way, way above what you would expect, which is low 70s, the normal low temperature this time of year. And warm and humid, maybe a little sprinkle, some mist this morning around the area. Partly cloudy, hot and humid later on today. We're going to be dealing with those very high heat index readings, and that's going to be sticking around throughout the rest of the week, and even a little bit hotter. We're not looking at any temperatures, at least here in town. They're going to be just outrageously high, but we are going to be seeing those heat index readings that are way, way up there. So we saw this picture last half hour of all those mushrooms that are popping up thanks to all the moisture in the ground. And where was the one? I wanted to show that one. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful sunset there in Wilson County. A couple of clouds left over. Great picture. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. A lot of clouds starting off this morning. Visibility is not bad here in town. As far as normal temperatures, the average 30-year average temperature for today, 92 and 72. Now, it's not summer officially yet. That is in just under 2 weeks. On the 20th, begins at about 10:30 in the evening. That, by the way, the 20th is Father's Day. Just to put that word out there, everybody. We'll keep reminding you over and over again. 93 and 73. 2 weeks after that, on the 4th of July, 94 and 74 are the average high and low temperatures, respectively. And then about a month later, just 1st of August, is when we hit, actually the 97 for the normal high temperature begins on the 30th of July, but with the normal low temperature at 76 degrees. This is the hottest period of the year, starting on the 2nd of August through about the following 2 weeks or so after that. Right now, again, 78 in town is the heat index, 83 Stinson, 86 in Pleasanton. And then later on today, we're going to be seeing heat index readings well up there, 105, 110 or even higher down to the west and to the southwest. So very dangerously high heat index readings. And these numbers will stick around throughout the rest of the week because nothing is really changing this week. We are in one of those summertime patterns, clouds in the morning, some sunshine in the afternoon, mid 80s by noon, and temperatures, again, I keep saying on paper, it's going to go down on the record books, 92. Not too bad. But again, you got to factor in the humidity. So you add basically 10 to these numbers, and that's what it'll feel like. And we'll be seeing these high heat index readings well up into the hundreds all across the board. Temperatures will be in the mid 90s by the mid and latter part of the week, and maybe a couple of showers on Monday on Flag Day.
AC is cranked up.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah.
All right, it's 6:20 and it's 79 degrees.
Well, still ahead on GMSA, we'll show you some new features coming to your Apple device.
I believe that's at 78 degrees now.
Cranky-pated, a bad mood related to a sluggish gut. Miralax is different. It works naturally with the water in your body to unblock your gut. Free your gut and your mood will follow.
Pain? Yeah. Here, aspirin cream with max strength lidocaine. Works fast and lasts. Keep it. You're gonna need it.
Kick pain in the aspirin cream.
Home is dancing because no one's watching. Home is a reason to disturb the peace. Home is laughter. At Stanley Steamer, we love homes, and we know that a clean home is a healthy home. We're ready when you are.
I'm here. And suddenly, my migraine takes me somewhere else, where there's pain and nausea. But Excedrin pulls me back in a way others don't, and it relieves my symptoms fast for real migraine relief.
Do I look like a seventh grader? No? Cool. Awesome.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a parent pretending to be a student.
Okay, and then.
This El Paso mother is facing multiple charges after admitting to posing as her 13-year-old daughter at her middle school. According to the complaint affidavit, 30-year-old Casey Garcia checked into the school using her child's ID number and was seen in these videos posted to social media inside the building. The mom managing to greet the principal.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, and yourself?
And even eat lunch maskless in the cafeteria among 7th graders.
I've been here all day, face to face with teachers.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll tell you why she says she did it and how the school district is responding. Through GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
I told them that I would go to the principal's office.
In today's tech news, the latest new features for your Apple product. The company unveiled iOS 15 featuring updates to FaceTime, photos, and notifications. Apple also redesigned its weather map, allowing you to scan your driver's license into the Wallet app, and it'll support hotel room keys.
Apple also announced Watch OS 8, its new software for the Apple Watch. The watch has a new mindfulness app, which features inspirational quotes and phrases. A public beta version of it is expected next month with a full release in the fall.
And finally, Apple is making it easier to hear with your AirPods. A conversation boost feature will help isolate other people's voices. Apple also making the pods easier to find when they're not in your ears, adding alerts and chirping features. Oh, that's what we need. How many times do you lose those things?
Oh my gosh, I finally purchased some, and my biggest fear is I'm going to lose them.
But if you can distinguish voices with it, that's like something out of Mission Impossible.
I know.
Isn't it?
Technology,
Cool.
It's crazy.
625, 78 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, why doctors fear the coronavirus could cause an increase in colon cancer.
And the latest on a deadly overnight shooting. Tiffany Huertas is standing by with the live reports.
Thank you for being with us this morning on GMSA, and throughout the next half hour, Stephen Cavazos will keep you updated on the situation out in the roads, and Mike will have his full weather when we come back.
A man is dead following a shooting in the Northwest Side. Coming up, what happened moments before he was shot.
Scary moments after a parking lot sinkhole swallows up several cars.
And outside with Live Cam, we're going to deal with some more thick humidity again today. No rain, but it's going to be warm. Mike's got your forecast coming up.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 8th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us.
Very humid outside. A little mist this morning, but it looks like that's going away a little bit. But not a lot of rain today, just a lot of humidity.
And just stuff. Humidity. And you didn't see mist. I didn't. You did.
No.
I did.
Okay. And that's the case. There's going to be a little bit out there. I mean, it almost looks like there wants to be mist out by the airport just with these low clouds kind of hanging around here. But then also there's, trying to be a brighter spot here and there. We will see sunshine later on this afternoon. Nothing really is showing up on radar right now. We got 77 degrees, dew points at 75, which means a ton of humidity out there. And there was a little bit out in the hill country that was showing up on radar this morning. Nothing out there right now. But again, could be some mist. It looked for a while like 410 may have been on the damp side. So just watch out for a couple little spots on the roads that may be damp from some of this mist. 4 miles visibility to Braunfels, 3 Castroville, 5 at Kerrville. So we are seeing, and 5 also Randolph and Stinson. So a little bit of reduced visibility here and there. Later on, right now, heat index, it still feels like 86 in Pleasanton, 83 Helotes, and 85 Castroville. It's, like Dave was talking, it's just humid out there. Mold is on the high side, low amounts of grass and pigweed. Warm, humid, again, a sprinkle, mist, however you want to describe it, maybe making the roads damp today. And then mostly sunny skies. Heat index reading is going to be well up into the hundreds again today, especially off to the west and southwest along the Rio Grande Valley. Morning clouds and sun. It's going to be a little bit hotter. High temperatures will only be 1 or 2 degrees hotter, but then again, factor in the humidity and it's obviously even hotter. And then we go into the weekend, still hot, maybe a shower later in the weekend, late Sunday night, and then into Monday. Not great rain chances though, just this good old summertime weather pattern each and every day, just about the same. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority and Stephen Cavazos. It's been pretty quiet so far this morning.
Traffic looks pretty good this morning, Mike, here at 410 at Callahan Road from from the view that is from TransGuide. Very quiet morning. Let's go ahead and take a closer look here at the wall and show you that 410 west at Cherry Ridge. Traffic picking up, but thankfully things are looking pretty smooth as the day just progresses here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some issues, though, that we have spotted that could possibly impact your commute. Now, this is happening here off I-10 westbound. One lane is blocked at I-37, and that's due to a stall. And you can see that traffic is still pretty green right here. No yellow or orange to indicate any delays right now. But this is something that you're going to want to keep a close eye on, and we'll be keeping a tab on that as the morning does pick up. But again, here at I-10 westbound, one lane is blocked at 37 due to a stall. So give that person plenty of room there. Now, let's jump over to a little bit of a slowdown that we're seeing here on 35. This is actually improving as the morning picks up here in the southbound lanes of 35 right at Schwab. We know that there had been some construction in the area overnight, but as this usually is one of our main roads that people take to get to the downtown San Antonio area, we start to see more traffic build up in that section there. So this is not a surprise, but do be prepared for those slowdowns. Let's take a look at these inbound times, though. If you are coming in from 35 from New Braunfels, we're looking still at a 26-minute commute time. Nothing too bad right now, so that's a good sign. If you're coming in from Bulverde on 281, we have 27 minutes to the downtown San Antonio area. And if you're coming in from Bernie on I-10, we're looking at 24 minutes this morning. Other than that, David, Sarah, things are pretty good this Tuesday morning. We'll be keeping a close eye as the morning does pick up.
All right, Stephen, thank you very much. A man is dead after a shooting at a gas station on the northeast side. San Antonio police spent the morning investigating at the Valero gas station at the corner of Timber Hill Drive and Grissom.
Our Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the scene. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning. San Antonio police say a man was sitting in his vehicle when shots were fired. The scene is clear right now, but take a look at video from early this morning. SAPD says this happened around 2 a.m. A man was sitting in his vehicle that was parked next to a family member when shots were fired, possibly from the street. SAPD says a man in his 20s was shot in the stomach and in the leg. He was transported to University Hospital where he later died. The victim's name has not been released, and it's still unclear who fired the shots. Reporting from the Northwest Side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Well, a teenager is in jail following a high-speed car crash overnight. It happened around 1 o'clock this morning on the city's northeast side, starting in the Blanco Lock Hill area and ending in Selma near I-35 and 1604. That's where Castle Hills police arrested the teen and a female passenger. Officers say they also found stolen items and drugs in the car. No word on what charges the teen is facing.
Now to the latest on the vaccine rollout here at home. The Texas Department of State Health Services shows Bexar County has a little more than 55% of people with one dose of the vaccine. A little over 45% are fully vaccinated. The number's slightly better than the state average. 54% of the Texas population has one dose of the vaccine. The goal is to get to 70% by the July 4th holiday.
Well, there's still several ways to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The clinic at Wonderland of America's Mall is open at 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. The Alamo Dome is open Wednesday through Friday from noon to 8 p.m. There are also several pop-up clinics scheduled for today. The first will begin at 10 this morning at the First Church of Nazarene on West Avenue. Another clinic is scheduled at the Collins Garden Library at noon. Clinics at West Avenue Apartments and the Martinez Street Women's Center are also scheduled for today. You can just find all those locations and dates and times right now on KSAT.com. We now turn to the allegations that a major company ignored repeated safety warnings about a product linked to more than 50 infant deaths.
Fisher-Price is in the spotlight after an investigation into the company's rock and play sleepers. Here's ABC's Megan Tavizian.
This morning, Mattel and its subsidiary Fisher-Price are under fire after a popular infant sleeper was tied to more than 90 deaths worldwide. On Monday, congressional lawmakers grilled executives at the toy manufacturer over why it took over a decade to recall a product that was known to cause dozens of infant deaths.
Mattel and its subsidiary Fisher-Price walked away with more than $200 million.
The sleeper with a padded seat was the first of its kind to allow infants to sleep at an incline. Mattel selling nearly 5 million of them. But critics say the rock and play did not follow safety guidelines, which call for babies to sleep on their backs on hard surfaces.
Our investigation shows that Mattel did not consult with a single pediatrician or conduct a single scientific study to find out if it was safe for babies to sleep at an angle. Internal documents also show that over the decade this product was sold, Mattel repeatedly ignored urgent warnings.
On Monday, Mattel's CEO offering condolences to parents who lost their children while defending the product, saying it was safe when used in accordance with its instructions and safety warnings.
The sleeper was designed and developed following extensive research, medical advice, safety analysis, and more than a year of testing and reviews.
Fisher-Price took the Rock and Play off the market in 2019 after dozens of infants suffered accidental suffocation. Fisher-Price just last week recalled 2 other similar products, the 2-in-1 Soothe and Play Glider and the 4-in-1 Rock and Glide Soother. Megan Tavrizian, ABC News, San Diego.
All right, time for the incredible video of the morning. This is security video from Jerusalem and catching the moment. A lot of cars are swallowed up by a sinkhole. This is a hospital parking lot. Hospital officials believe it may have been triggered by a highway tunnel being dug nearby. No reports of any injuries. But the question is, does insurance cover that?
Ooh, it's terrifying.
You see those cars just right in the hole.
It's terrifying.
638, 78 degrees.
Well, it's one of the few preventable cancers, so why are doctors worried there is going to be an increase in colon cancer? The answer next on GMSA. Welcome back. The pandemic may put more lives at risk than you might think, and not just from the virus.
A new report from the Kaiser Family Foundation found hundreds of thousands of preventative cancer screenings skipped during the lockdown, especially by women.
Now, medical experts fear the long-term impact could result in more people being diagnosed with later stages of cancer. Rakita Bonner puts a lot of love and care into her home and family and has learned self-care is just as important.
We tend to take care of everybody else and kind of put ourselves on the back burner.
She found out the hard way.
I was losing a lot of weight. I was having stomach pains.
A colonoscopy discovered 2 polyps, one the size of a quarter.
I am certain that had she not come in, that would have developed into cancer.
But a new report found that over the last year, 38% of women skip preventative health services compared to 26% of men. The National Cancer Institute predicts people who will die from colorectal or breast cancer will increase by nearly 10,000 over the next decade due to the COVID-19's impact on cancer care.
The longer it takes us to diagnose it, the harder it is to treat it.
And although Barkita had symptoms, that's not the case for most.
It very, very rarely has symptoms. So colon cancer is not something that if you have a very small, early onset cancer that you will know it.
It's recommended to get your first colonoscopy at 45 and help protect yourself from getting one of the few cancers that is preventable.
It's one of the only cancers that we can say that. And so if we can get the word out, get screened, we could be saving so many lives.
If I had not gone back, I could have lost my life and left my mother here without a daughter, left my daughter here without her mother, my husband here without his wife. That would be selfish of me.
And although certain foods like red meats and processed meats, alcohol and tobacco increase your risk for colon cancer, the best way to reduce your risk for colon cancer is simply by getting screened.
The word of the day when it comes to traffic is smooth. Let's see if that word still holds.
Smooth Steven.
Ooh.
I don't know, the alliteration was good, so I thought I'd throw that out there. But you know what? Smooth is good, yes. And smooth is a word of the morning, David and Sarah. Here at 410 West at Cherry Ridge, things are looking smooth and nice. And here at 35 at Burbank, a little grainy there, but things, again, are moving nice and smoothly this morning there. So nothing too big here on our roadways, but let's go ahead and take a look at some issue that we did spot that has resolved itself. We did have a lane that was blocked here in these westbound lanes of I-10 at 37, and that has since resolved. That was due to a stalled vehicle, but again, looking pretty green this morning. Nothing too big right now out on our roadways, but something that, again, now that the morning is picking up, drivers want to be on the lookout for, that is a lane closure here off Loop 1604. This is another friendly reminder for you guys as we get a little bit closer to 8. We can expect that Curran Road and Morin Road is going to be closed both ways, and that's due to some construction that they have going on in the area. This is going to be starting today up until 6 this evening and run till Thursday, so it's not going to take too long. But if 1604 is your route, which we know a lot of people drive down that road, we are going to have some delays possibly later on as we do see some construction. So just be prepared for that, and we'll be keeping an eye on it as well. One last look here at TransGuide. The view not working there, but at 410 at Rolling Ridge, things are picking up, so we'll be watching out.
Thank you, Stephen. And Mike, with all this rain we've been having, a lot of beautiful blooms across the city.
Yeah, I'm jealous of the folks with the flowers that looks like that, but beautiful roses. Yes, Mom has definitely a green thumb. Those are absolutely gorgeous. All right, kind of hazy out there right now. We're trying to see a few bright spots. We'll see more sunshine later on today, and there's nothing showing up on radar right now. We had a couple little specks of mist. There may still be some mist out there. Now, well up to the north, there is that cluster of thunderstorms. Individually, now, these are well north of our area. Everything is working its way off to the pretty much east to southeast. Some of these are pushing down to the south, so a little bit of rain is possible there in northern Blanco, northern Gillespie County. It had looked like this was going to be fizzling out right around sunrise, and this is continuing to sort of fall apart. But just maybe in some of our extreme northern areas there, northern Hayes County, Blanco County, you might run into a little bit of this rain. And then also if you're heading over or heading up I-35 north of Austin. But again, it's looking like a lot of this will stay to the north of us, but just way up there to the north, be on the lookout for that. Temperatures right now, we're in the mid-upper 70s, about 5-6 degrees above what the normal low is. And of course, we've got a lot of humidity out there right now with these dew points well up into the 70s. And that puts the heat index readings well up into the about 3, 4, 5 degrees above the actual air temperatures. It still feels like the mid-80s right now in Pleasanton. This high is kind of taking over things. We have the low, which gave us some rain yesterday and had some rain around here last week. That just gets on out of the picture and that moves in. That is what you would expect. That's the weather feature that you would expect throughout the summer. And so that's going to keep things very hot and dry, very consistent throughout the next few days. Temperatures are actually going to go up just a little bit. We'll still have the humidity around here, so that's still going to keep the heat index well into the hundreds. Now we get into the weekend, and the high is still going to basically dominate things, but there will be some little glitches around here kind of coming around this high, and that may actually help to touch off a shower or two here and there. There may be some little weak areas of low pressure trying to develop. So that's why I got the chance of a shower or two in the forecast for Monday. Not a great rain chance. And again, it's a week away right now. But what we can definitely rely on between now and then is hot and humid, 84 at noon. We'll have more sunshine later on today, 92. Again, the heat index readings well up into the hundreds throughout much of the area and about 105, 110 or higher along the Rio Grande Valley. So you definitely have to be careful. Temperatures will go up just a couple of degrees. Again, on paper, nothing jumps off the page, but the heat index is going to be into the hundreds.
So tonight, you and Fiona are going prime time with SA Live, showing us a bunch of fun things we can do this summer, right?
I heard you're a professional wakeboarder now.
No, and
There he is, look.
So we will try that, and the whole deal is you want to...
Oh, they stopped it
we
right
don't know
there.
what
How did that come out?
happens. Come on.
Do you remember?
Oh,
they played it. Oh, come on. Seriously?
Okay, how many times?
Ooh.
How many times did that happen?
Once. Well, once forward, and then once back, and then finally
Professional.
made it up. So I didn't think they were going to play it.
You like
Hey, hold on. I think we're going to see it again.
I know.
Oh,
I
that's a lot of water in your nose.
Yeah.
Bam.
How many times do we have to roll through this right now?
As many as we want.
I kept saying, though, that they needed to find the classic Jim McKay Wide World of Sports, the thrill of victory.
The agony of defeat.
There's a lot more. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's not easy. I've done that before. It's not easy. So.
I grew up water skiing. That's why we had trouble kind of getting the hang of this. So,
look good right
but a lot
there.
more, some great adventures. We go
right
ice
there,
skating.
then.
Jen is going to be taking us out to the hill country, beautiful place, and just fun things to do this summer, including trying to drink a lake.
I'll watch that special just to see that over and over again.
I got a feeling you made it once or twice that you came out okay.
I did, but
we're just
we'll see.
showing the.
Yes, of course.
Was that the
Thank
first
you for
one?
being a good
What
sport.
are friends for? Yeah.
Was that the first attempt?
Yeah.
It got better after that.
There you go.
Or did it? 6:49 and 78 degrees.
Well, we've heard for years that a parent's involvement in their child's education is critical for their success. Tomorrow on GMSA, how an early childhood intervention is helping families.
Hey, we can laugh, but you don't see us out there, do you? No, just Mike. Way to go, Mike. That's good stuff. Live cam. Hey, this is going to be a great week to get out there and enjoy some of the lakes and the rivers and the pools, because, you know, it's hot and humid. You got to cool off.
At this time, it's unclear who fired the shots. San Antonio police say around 2 a.m., a man was sitting in his vehicle parked next to a family member when shots were fired. Police say shots possibly came from the street. A man in his 20s was shot in the stomach and in the leg. He was transported to University Hospital, where he later died. Police spent the morning investigating, and tow trucks took 2 vehicles from the scene. The name of the victim has not been released. Reporting from the Northwest Side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Food, water, hospitals, education, transportation, gas. Ransom-demanding cyber hackers have been targeting the staples of American life.
It's happening all the time, even as we speak. There are thousands of attacks, and this is why the private sector and the public sector have to work together.
On the private side, the White House sent a letter to business leaders urging them to take ransomware crime seriously and ensure your corporate cyber defenses match the threat. But it won't be easy. There's the cost, not to mention the need for company-wide coordination. Experts say the ransomware attack on the Colonial Pipeline began with a compromised password. On the public side, a push stateside and abroad. President Joe Biden signed an executive order last month requiring new software standards for the federal government, establishing a protocol for agencies and companies to share information with the government after a hack, and creating a new panel to review cybersecurity incidents. Cybersecurity will also be on the agenda when Biden heads to the UK at the end of this week for the G7 summit, and again next week when he meets with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Many of the attacks appear to be the work of criminal gangs on Russian soil. Clearly, there's no silver bullet here, and experts worry time isn't on our side.
Before long, we are worried that some people will get hurt.
Britt Conway, KSAT 12 News.
Well, instead of Taco Tuesday, let's just call this Smooth Tuesday, because that's how our roads have been looking, guys. I mean, this is a view at 281 at Grayson. Things just moving nice and good this morning here at 37 at Jones Avenue. Camera not working there, but things again have been moving quite nicely for this Tuesday morning as we get the day started. But we have spotted a little bit of a slowdown here off I-10 westbound at Loop 410 northbound. You can see there if you're getting off the westbound lanes going on to 410, we're seeing traffic slow down to 21 miles per hour. And of course, as the morning does pick up, we usually start to see traffic slow down a little bit, but we'll be keeping a close eye on things and getting you through your morning. One last look at our inbound times. Nothing too bad to report right now, Mike, but we'll be keeping a watchful eye.
Very warm and very humid, and we are watching these showers and thunderstorms have been holding together, but they are going to continue to die down in the next hour. So maybe some of our northern counties will see a little bit of rain also if you're going up in toward 35. But again, a lot of that's going to fall apart. 2 miles visibility in New Braunfels, Kerrville, and watch out for a little bit of that. Some mist on the roads. Feels like 81 right now, and later on today, high temperature 92, but heat index readings well up into the hundreds today and the next few days.
Thank you, Mike. And David and I will be back 9 a.m. on GMSA.
Thanks for being with us. Good Morning America is coming up next.